Okay, I went ahead and defined his other eye, put his other eye in. We're going to do his eyebrows for a second, and let me get a little V tool here. I have a little micro set that I use a lot of the time to make, to do little V cuts and stuff, and there's two that I really like a lot. So let's take the little larger one. We're going to go up here, right on the side here. We're going to just go up like so. Alright. And like so. A little bit in the middle to separate the eyebrows from that section. We're going to trim that down. You'll see that in a second. We're also going to do his sideburns as well. And we'll trim all this down. You'll see it in a second here. We're just outlining some things. And we're going to take the knife now and we're going to just trim off alright, just like so. Just on the side of the flesh portion above the nose. You want to make that a little bit lower. Okay. And the same thing over here, you're going to just lower this a little bit. So that sticks out a little bit. Just plane it off flat. See how we have that up? Just going to take your knife and just trim that off a little bit. Alright. Same thing with the sideburns. You're just going to take that off a little bit. Like that, right. Same thing over here. This makes it easier than doing those little stop cuts. And also back here where we're going to have the line for his hairline back here, we're just going to take our V tool and follow the line I created about 1/4 of an inch. Follow that all the way to the other side behind the ear. Right next to it there. You want to be very careful when you get up there to control your... I usually rest my thumb on my piece and I use it like a pivoting motion, but that's how that goes. I made the brim of the hat much thinner. I think that looks pretty good. I was looking at some pictures to see what kind of insignias I can put on the uniform, but there's not really going to be a whole lot there to work with because of the flag, and it's going to be basically red with black pants, of course, at the bottom. But you'll see this in a second here. So what we're going to do here, we're going to just undercut from the bottom up to that area that we just cut out, so it looks like the hair sticking out a little bit. Alright, just like so. It looks a little uneven, so I need to go back. And I thought I did that right. See, it's a little off, so let's come up a little further. We can do that too. Just bring that line up a little further. There you go. Maybe a little bit more yet. And then we're going to come back. We're going to clean that up. Alright, so we have this hair done. We'll put the texture in a bit. When I get things redefined, when I redo your lines and stuff, it's really important. You notice I have this brim pretty thin now. It looks more like a Smokey the Bear hat to me. It's always going to be square. It's very hard to get it rounded completely. This portion I can round, but this portion you'll have to just kind of look at it. It's the same thing with the hat on the Amish guy. It was the same way. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to come over here behind. Now we have a shoot taken out, but we're going to just do a little V cut back here. Follow this down and cut this out a little bit, and then we're we're going to taper the shoe back into that, just like so. Alright, just like that. Alright, we'll give it a couple of hips and stuff. We might have the jacket just come down a little ways, and then we'll make his butt area dark, like a pants color, just like we did with the Amish guy. I didn't do the Amish guy online, so it's hard to refer to that because you don't have anything to really go by. Again, we're going to follow this line up around the corner there a little bit, and follow that down like a nice big V cut, and then we're going to just trim this portion out. Now, some basswood has those little dark lines in it, but it won't matter because we're going to paint that black anyway, so it's nothing to be concerned about. If you're painting the pieces, those little dark lines won't matter a whole lot. Alright, just make a little notch there and start rounding his butt a little bit more. And bring this up over it this way. Notch that out. Alright, good. Alright, now the next thing we're going to do, we're going to figure out how to put his arms with holding the flag. Since it's all red, a lot of red and a lot of white, a lot of red on the coat because the coat's red. I'm trying to give it some contrast, so bear with me here. It's going to be a little different. Okay, so the face is pretty well done. We need to put the texturing in for the hair, the sideburns, and all that. We've got to finish up the ears, put the little hole in the ears and stuff. That's got to come yet. But what we're going to do here is we're going to figure out roughly where his arms come in. So let's start from this side. We'll just I made a line here right above the foot. That's going to be continuance of his arm there. So we're going to just notch this out, just like so. Alright, so that's a continuance of his arm going behind his foot in the front. Alright, and then he's going to be holding on to the flag, similar to what this looks like, but he's going to have a Canadian flag instead. And I've got to look at the top of the hat. I think there's a little bit of a ribbon that goes around here that's also like a dark tan color. I'm going to have to research that just a tad more. I won't get everything, of course, exactly right, but hopefully it'll look like a little Mountie when we get done. Alright, so with that said, let's go ahead and just trim this off just a little bit here. And we're going to just kind of follow. I'm going to notch this portion out right here next to the foot. Bring that down because that's going to be part of his cuff, his arm. Alright. And we're going to come on this side, do the other side. Cut this out a little bit. Alright, and then we're going to come down this way for his arm going down and up. Alright, so bear with me for a second. Alright. Let's bring this down quite a bit yet. I'll be right back.